A second Game 7 on Mother's Day. This one, the Nuggets hosted the Blazers, and CJ McCollum did his thing. Dame didn't have a great game, but CJ stepped up, especially in the fourth quarter, scored 37 points, and gave the Blazers the win. What did you think about this performance from McCollum?
Well, I've always enjoyed CJ's game, and this performance here, I think he allowed the world to know who he is now. You know, they talk about great moments in the game of basketball. It's usually in the playoffs.
Yep.
But a Game 7, when Dame, your all-star, and take nothing away from him, what he's done. But to be able to have someone like that on the floor also enhances Portland's chances in what they're doing. So I love the fact that it wasn't about him settling for the three ball. It was about him being aggressive, getting to spots on the floor. And as we saw in a couple of those clips, it was the left elbow. He was getting to certain spots there. And because he is comfortable with himself and his game, no one can dictate where he needs to be except when he has the ball.
So you're known for your defensive prowess. You're a great basketball player on both ends, but you're known for your defensive prowess. What I saw in this game a lot is you have to respect his three-pointer, and then as a defender, he starts to drive to the rim. He can finish at the rim, so you get to that like 16-foot spot where you think it's a race to the rim, and then he stops on a dime and goes straight up, and then you're just chasing.
This is where you have to really pay attention to film. You know, watching tendencies of players. As I said, you notice I'm talking like I'm still that person because I noticed he's left elbow. And credit to CJ, him taking the ball to the basket when he's going right. But when he gets to that left hand, he's setting it up for other things. And it's, again, I'm not trying to dictate what he does, but he plays within the feel of the game, and he's that good where he can do that. And so when you talk about the importance of ball handling, I thought that was something that Steph did to add to his game. He got better with his handles.
Good point.
CJ has gotten better with his handles to get to certain areas on the floor. We know he can shoot, but he's not trying to just shoot three-pointers.
No.
He's getting to certain spots where it's not a three or a layup. It's a three, it's mid-range, it's off the glass, it's take it, finish at the rim, dunk at the rim. So I love what he did because it just gives, I think, so much hope to the fundamentals of the game of basketball.
And you did little things as a defender to, just little things to get an advantage. And if you notice, especially in that big shot that he hit over Craig, little chicken wing.
You know what?
Little something.
Guys got to deal with that. I mean, you're in the NBA now. We all realize that when Michael Jordan did it on Byron Russell.
That was hand to the back. Go ahead. That wasn't a chicken wing.
But you have to deal with it. It's just as when guys bump guys, in the midst of a shot and they miss and you want to say, hey, I was fouled. I saw Klay Thompson get bumped a lot in the series that they were in. I've seen CJ get bumped a lot, but it's the aggressor. You have to deal with that. You have to brace for that. That's why they do all the working out that they do.
The refs aren't making that call.
They're not.
The refs aren't making that call.
No, you are an NBA professional player. You're in the playoffs. It's not soft basketball now. And I was pleased to see some of that go on. But I think in this game, you always have to be aggressive. And that's where CJ was from Jump Street. He took one jump shot early, he missed. And I noticed he nope, I'm getting to the rim, next one. And he was so patient in probing. His dribbling wasn't just, I'm going to dribble over here and that's that. I'm making up in my mind. He was really at another, I'm sure he saw the game in slow motion because of the way he had a calmness about him.
And there's also the fact that Dame Lillard wasn't hitting his shots. Like Dame Lillard, remember when he's coming off that Game 5 against the Thunder, 50 points, ending the series with the shot from the logo? Dame just didn't really have it in this game. Was this something that the Nuggets did against him, or is this just not his day?
Well, I think they had more focus on him. They didn't allow him to get some of those threes. Like that three right there was more rushed, I felt, because the big was sagging off so much. He kind of rushed that because he hadn't seen him. You had Jokic playing up a lot on that pick and roll. Yep. And so it was one of those situations. Sometimes you're missing shots and you just have to be patient. And I thought he did a really good thing early. First play of the game, he got Amino a shot, but he turned it down. He pump fake and went driving and charged, and then didn't take another shot. So in the second half, coach said, yeah, we got to have guys ready to play, on the floor. And those are tough decisions. But to get back to Dame, sometimes you have those moments. We saw it with Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. So it's the human aspect. But even with that, when he had that wide open three in the second half, Dame, it didn't touch the rim. So he's still there. It's just an off night from what we've been accustomed to seeing him have.
And one thing we know about Dame is, he's from the Bay Area,
Ooh.
and he always gets up for the Warriors games.
E40.
And some tells me that he'll have a couple games that will remind us of those games that he had against the Thunder in this upcoming Western Conference Finals.